What's going on, y'all? It's Sean, certified personal trainer. And I want to talk to you guys why I don't really prefer to do long cardio or like what people call steady state cardio these days. So, when I talk about steady state cardio, what I'm talking about is like jogging, like running for long distances and whatnot. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that there is bad. I'm not saying anything like that. But I actually prefer high intensity cardio over steady state cardio. Now, please hear me out because I know when I say that, some people might feel like, well, I might as well just turn this off because I'm not doing high intensity. I can't do it. You can do it, but you just have to go into it the right way. The reason why I prefer to do high intensity cardio over steady state cardio, like jogging or running for long distances, is because of the way that high intensity cardio uses the energy systems of the body. Years ago, probably easily 10 years ago, I remember being online and I saw a picture that somebody had put up of this British um, sprinter. And beside it was and it's like Olympic sprinter. And beside that picture was a picture of a long distance runner, may have been an Olympian long distance runner as well. But what I noticed was a huge difference in the body composition. And I'm sure I kind of already knew this intuitively, but it's just that that graphic was very compelling. So basically, when you compare the body composition of the long distance runner to the sprinter, very stark difference. Now, both of them appear to have pretty low body fat. Okay, but the sprinter was more sculpted. The sprinter was more muscular. You know, they were lean, ripped, just looked good, like just muscular, shaped, looked strong, powerful. Whereas the long distance runner looked frail. They were thin, but their whole frame was thinner. They even looked in some ways kind of bony and whatnot. Now, again, I'm not hating on long distance running. I'm not doing that by any means. And of course, I will also say, how much distance running makes you smaller like that depends on how much you're running too. But distance running, you have to think about like what happens when your body is adapting to whatever you're doing. That's how you get results from any exercise routine. You do something and you keep on doing it again and again and again and again, and over time, your body adapts. Okay. And so when you run for long distances, what happens is your body is trying to figure out always, whatever you do in life, your body's always trying to figure out, how can I do this better? How can I become more efficient at doing this? That's why, for example, if you were somebody who skateboarded for a while, you had one kind of big leg and one small leg, or you're somebody probably who you know pitched baseballs or threw, was a quarterback for like football team. You probably have a bigger arm where you throw the football depending on which side you throw it with. Okay, and so your body, when you run distance long distances, I mean, your body's trying to figure out how to become better at doing that. So the way that your body adapts to long distance running is by losing weight, but not just fat. Your body is actually trying to lose, it's making your whole body smaller. So you're losing fat and you're losing muscle as well. Okay. Because it's more efficient whenever you're doing that kind of stuff with your body over a long period of time. It's more efficient to have a lower overall body weight. It's more efficient to have everything kind of smaller so you're not having to move as much weight. Okay. And so that's how your body adapts to distance running, especially the longer of distances you're running all the time. The effect of that is more pronounced if you do longer distances. I don't know. I don't even really want to put a number on there, but if you're the type of person who probably gets 50, 60, 70 miles a week or something like that, yeah. And especially if your eating is a certain type of way. Now, sprinting or stair climbing or anything that's kind of causing you to kind of have like more intense exercise periods coupled with recovery, um, that is going to use your energy systems in your body a different way. So what happens is it is more efficient for your body to preserve muscle, even gain muscle to a degree, whenever you are doing more explosive movements, or movements that are putting your muscles under a lot more tension. um then of course giving your body a chance to recover. So think about sprinters, think about um you know power lifters, gymnasts, football players, people like that. To some degree basketball players, but they tend to also be, they're kind of in between. um but anyhow, you have to think about that. That is how your body adapts to that type of activity, because it actually is trying to get better. So what it's going to do is it's going to preserve muscle, perhaps even gain muscle, to make it better at doing the things you keep on doing to it. Okay, that's why I prefer to do that, mostly. So what do I do for my cardio? Typically, what I do is I do hill sprints. I really, really like to do hill sprints. I have a high school close to where I live that has a good, nice hill, and I'll first few I'm just kind of jogging up the hill just to warm up. Then I'll kind of start sprinting up the hill near maximum, if not maximum, and I always walk down. I do not run down because that's hard on your knees. That is my preferred high intensity cardio. And I do that for about 10 minutes, and then call it a day. I may do sprints on the track, you know, 200 meters, 400 meters. That's a lot right there. So I had to build back up to that. Jumping rope, going as fast as I can. I tend to do that maybe for 10 minutes at a time. I'm kind of backing off of that because I have to make sure I have to kind of like balance my body out a little bit because I was favoring one leg or whatever. But that's good cardio. Um, anything, I like to do box jumps. I like to do, and that's like a plyometric move. Um, but basically anything that that is a little bit more, it's higher intensity than you recover. Shorter period of time, higher intensity with a recovery period of time. And it's actually very good cardio as well. It helps your cardio system actually become a lot more efficient too. You'd be surprised how much it does that. Even faster than steady state cardio. Now, if you're somebody who's like, well, Sean, of course you can do that. You're a personal trainer. You're this, you're that. That only applies to you. Look, this is what you need to do. First of all, of course, especially if you have health issues, you need to make sure you check with your doctor and everything. Make sure all your pipes and stuff are good, to be safe. But then after that, start slow. Start slow. Everybody should have a baseline of walking. I walk all the time. I walk pretty much every day for, at least 15 minutes. But what you want to do is perhaps kind of intersperse in your walking, kind of insert, like, especially if you have a hill close by, do like a very, very light jog up the hill, and do that a few times. Okay. I'm talking about a light jog. Then, after, maybe a couple of weeks, come back, increase the speed of that jog. Then come back later, maybe another couple of weeks after that, increase the speed again. And all the while, whenever you recover, anytime you go up a hill, when you come down, walk as slow as you need to. Full recovery on the way down. Then you get to where you can eventually sprint up the hill. You could also do stairs. Um, you could also do something like, maybe you're somebody who plays tennis, just slowly increase the intensity of that, of your playing. Um, like I said, basketball is kind of like that, just kind of slowly increase intensity. But yeah, any exercise that kind of like has you going higher intensity, short duration with the recovery in between, that actually is going to help you preserve muscle. It's going to help you it's going to help you lose fat too. Lose fat, preserve muscle, and therefore you kind of become more sculpted rather than your whole body getting smaller and you just kind of look weak and all that kind of stuff. That said, there's nothing wrong with long cardio. I personally am not going, as far as I know now, over a 5K, 3.1 miles. Um, but that's just me. But anyhow, you want to do something to preserve muscle. Muscle preservation is very, very important, especially as we get older. to prevent age-related muscle loss, also known as sarcopenia. All right, that's all I want to do for here. I just wanted to say this stuff real quick. Hopefully, this helps you guys.